Good day everyone, I'm Jara Mangkol and today we will exploring an intriguing topic in parasitology, which is Diplobotryum latum, also known as the broad or fish tapeworm. But first, let's have a recap. What is the two groups of parasites? The two groups of parasites can be categorized in two main groups, which is protozoans and helminths. Since we're going to discuss the latum, we're focusing in helminths. Helminths can divide into two big groups: platyhelminths, which is the flatworm; nematodes, which is the roundworms. Platyhelminths can be subdivided into two groups, which is cystodes and trematodes. In this discussion, we're focusing about platyhelminths and cystodes. Diplobotryum latum, also known as the broad or fish tapeworm. It is a parasitic organism that possesses significant health risks to humans. In this topic, we will exploring its morphology, life cycle, epidemiology, clinical manifestations, and diagnosis. By understanding these aspects, individuals can be mitigate the risks associated with the latum infections and promote public health awareness. That it inhabits the intestines of humans, where it can cause infections known as diphyllobothriasis. However, the life cycles of the latum involves multiple hosts and stages, and its habitat extends beyond the human digestive tracts. The primary habitat of the latum adult stage is the small intestines of humans. Here, the tapeworm attaches itself to the intestinal wall, using its calyx, which is its head, while its elongated body, composed of segments called proloctids, extends into the intestinal humans. Within this habitat, the latum absorbs nutrients from the host digested food, facilitating its growth and reproductions. And the morphology has three stages, which is the adult worm, eggs, and larvae. The adult worm is the longest tapeworm infecting men, measuring up to 10 meters or more with over 3,000 proglottids. It consists head, neck, and body. And its egg, it measuring 70 um length and 50 width. Eggs are operculated at one end. It is unembryonated when freshly passed into feces. It is embryonated egg contains a hexicant oncosphere. The larval stage is there are three larval stage, which is corycidium, procercoid, and pleurocercoid. Diplobotryum has one definitive host, and the other rare definitive hosts are dogs, cats, and foxes. There are two intermediate hosts. The first intermediate host is the freshwater caplets, mainly of the genera Cyclops. The second intermediate host, freshwater fish, which is salmon, pike, perch, and trout. And its infective form is the third stage larva, which is pleurocercoid. And its mode of transmissions, humans get infection by ingestions of undercooked freshwater fish containing third larva. And this is the life cycle of Dipalobotrium latum. The primary however, the life cycles of D. latum also involves intermediate hosts, particularly freshwater copepods and fish, which is what I have said earlier. In freshwater environments such as lakes, rivers, streams, and D. latum's eggs pass in the feces of infective humans contaminated by water. These eggs hatch into larvae, which are then ingested by copepods. A type of microscopic crustaceans. Within the copepods, the larvae develop into the infective stage known as procercoid larvae. The next stage of the larvae cycle occurs when infected copepods are ingested by the freshwater fish, which serves as a secondary intermediate host for D. latum. Once inside the fish, the procercoid larvae migrate to the fish muscles tissues, where they insist and develop into plerocercoid larvae, also known as Sparganum larva. Finally, the life cycle is completed when humans consumes raw or undercooked fish containing these infected plerocercoid larvae. Upon ingestion, the larvae are released into the human digestive tracts, where they attach to the intestinal walls and develop into adult tapeworm. So that is the continuing of the life cycle. And for the epidemiology, the prevalence of D. latums varies geographically, with higher incidence observed in regions where freshwater bodies are abundant and fish consumption is prevalent. Understanding the environmental factors contributing to its distributions aids in assessing the risk of infections in different areas. The clinical and manifestations and diagnosis. Most of D. latum infections are asymptomatic, includes abdominal discomfort, diarrhea, vomiting, weakness, and weight loss. And the other symptoms are caused by other symptoms that cause D. latum manifest into the gastrointestinal symptoms, and it is rarely acute abdominal pain and intestinal obstructions, cholangitis, or cholecystitis. And it is potential complication like vitamin B12 deficiencies. The laboratory diagnosis. The laboratory, it has the stool examination, eggs proglutid are seen, blood examination shows megaloblastic anemia. And here is the treatment of the Dipalobotrium latum, the praziquantel, neclosmidia, and vitamin B12 should be given if B12 deficiency is manifested. And its preventions and controls are paramount: controlling the latum infections, proper cooking of fish consumptions, and avoidance of raw or undercooked fish consumptions. And that's all for today. Thank you. Hi!
Computer guy.
Ha? Mag-computer ka? Tara.
Hindi, teka ako sa lupad kasi. Sa Lumi. Dahil
Niyan.
Joanne, crush ba ni Jewel?
Ada.
Nakita naman car sad to.
Oo.
Nalang color.
Black.
I did agree.
Gray ada.
Bukan may nakita na ko agree tapos bukan siya susunod.
Nabalit.
Di, ganak sure pero bagan siya. Tapos lagos ang driver. Oh, di,
Oh!
lagos bagan dyan.
Grabe na siya.
Muni ko
Pada mo na, baby boy. Ito na, nakitaan mo lahat ato nga kuan. Ano to nga may car? Nasingkit nga lalaki.
Ay, wala.
Magwapo sa to. Pero halipot. Halipot tatasan babae.